Hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing another unboxing. And here we have is a figure from the manufacturer Good Smile Company. A figurine part of its pop-up parade line is a Max Factory L size PVC figure of the character Motoko Kusanagi 1995 version from the series攻殻機動隊 or Ghost in the Shell. So before we take the figurine out of its packaging, just in case you didn't know,攻殻機動隊 or The Ghost in the Shell is a manga which was originally published and serialized in Kodansha's young magazine Kaizokuban in 1989 by the mangaka Shirow Masamune, who's also worked on other mangas such as Appleseed, Dominion, and Neurohard Hachi no Wakusei, and others. Which, going back to攻殻機動隊, which actually got a movie adaptation in 1995 by Studios Production IG, which recently Production IG has announced a The Ghost in the Shell TV version. So as you can see here in the back, going by the art directions, as you can see, it seems like it's going to be more faithful to the manga than what the 1995 movie was, which is actually interesting, and I'm actually a little bit excited for it. So I did want to mention this in this video. The voice actress for Motoko Kusanagi, Tanaka Atsuko, has sadly passed away, which was last year, August 20th of 2024. So I just wanted to add it in. I know it's a little bit grim, but I just did want to add it in as respect because we are unboxing a character that she has voiced. So as you can see in the background, this is Motoko Kusanagi's 1995 version box rotating in 360. So without holding you guys back, let's just take Motoko out of her packaging and see how the figurine looks. So as you can see here, this is Motoko Kusanagi in her packaging. As you can see, she is wrapped with bubble wrap and other plastics around the figurine to protect her, from getting any scratches on her paint. So let's just remove all of this and see how it looks. So here we have is the base. Just like every other pop-up parade, there's nothing really special about it. It's just a black base. But as you can see here, it does have protruding pegs out of the base, which is a little bit different from other ones where you have to insert it into it. But I guess this has its own pegs, and you can see it's a little bit transparent. At the bottom here, you do get information such as the mangaka and other information on the series and also the figurine. But like I said before, nothing really too special about it. It's just a black base, and yeah, so let's just move on. So here we have is Motoko, or should I say Major's figurine here, and as you can see here, the base here, or the obelisk looking thing, is connected to her, which is a little bit weird, but we're just gonna roll with it. Nothing really much to show you, but it's a little bit slanted, but I don't think it kind of messes up the position, the standing position of the figurine. But it looks a little bit weird, but it could have been disconnected, but that's just me. So as you can see here, starting from the actual figurine of Motoko, or Major, we kind of see here is her high heels here, which looks quite somewhat decently painted. They gave it a glossy finish to it. You kind of see here is her left foot connected to the obelisk looking thing, with a little clear plastic here that connects her to the actual base, or the little black piece. And you kind of see here she is sitting on top of the fabric and her clothing here, which is not actually flexible. So it's actually quite stiff, which makes sense because it's actually like a PVC figure. What you kind of see is her left hand resting on top of her left leg in a little posture, which kind of reminds me of the artwork that we see or a picture of the artwork of the movie, which I think I placed in the beginning of the video. And here's a close-up shot of her left hand glove, which you can see here. I think I noticed that I don't know if you can notice in the video, but the pinky, or the glove part of the pinky, looks a little bit, the paint looks a little bit painted off, where it's like damaged a little. Not really too much, so it's not really much of a bother for me. But you can kind of see here, we can kind of get a look closer shot of her fabric here, which looks quite detailed. Here's her left leg or right leg legging, as you can see, connects to her belt, which is quite, looks really great. Here we have is her right hand glove. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit mixed up. But you can kind of see the tips of the glove is not painted well. But it's not really much you can notice unless you look really close to it, as I'm doing in the video here. Here we have is the fabric where she's sitting on top of, which I feel like I said, should have been disconnected so you get more of a view of the actual figurine rather than just a stationary figure connected already. But that's just me. Here we have is her side of her left leg, where you kind of see more detail of her skin area, which looks pretty great because you can kind of see her fold here from her leg to her body, and you can kind of see, like I said, the leggings here connected to her belt, which I actually really like this side here. This part here does not flex, so it's quite stiff, so you don't need to worry about that breaking. But besides that, here we have is her jacket area here, which is quite detailed. You kind of see here, here's the fabric folding up, like she lifted her sides to push it against herself upwards, which the folds here looks quite detailed. You kind of see the top of her clothing going on top of the belt here, which is quite, looks really great. The paint's not the best when it comes to the purplish side to it, but the blue side looks quite well with a more of a darker shaded to a lighter shaded, which kind of contrasts the lighting on, well, almost like if lighting is hitting it. Here we have is the back side here, which is a little bit flat, not really much going on here. It's a little bit of a little bit crease lines there, but it's not too much. Here we have is her top of her hair, which you can kind of see is flowing with the wind towards the left side. No, yeah, left side of her. Here we have is her face, which usually, like with every other pop-up parade figurines, I think the faces are always the best sculpted, and I think they're the best painted. As you can see, which is quite detailed, and you can kind of see here. We got a close-up shot here, getting more of a view of her eyes. You kind of see his detail on her eyes and her mouth, which looks pretty great. As you can see here, her hair looks somewhat also great as well, which is alright. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. As you can see here on the side, on the top angle here, it looks somewhat decently painted. You kind of see some areas where they did put it together, so separate, not a full sculpt on it. But besides that, I think it looks pretty great. Here you can kind of see here's more of the angle view where you can see it's a lot more bigger than the other side. But besides that, I really like the way this figurine looks. Honestly, I feel like they could have had her standing up better than sitting down pose. That's just me. I know they were trying to probably get that one picture from, like I showed in the beginning, but besides that, let's just connect this to the basin. But nonetheless, it's a great figurine, so let's just connect it. So as you can see here, this is the standalone complex pop-up parade. As you can see here, they are the same size, but because she is sitting down and she is on this obelisk looking thing, it makes it a lot taller than that figurine. But here's a side by side if you wanted to see if it was bigger or not. Alright guys, so that was Good Smile Company's Max Factory Pop-Up Parade L-size PVC figure of the character Motoko Kusanagi, or Major, 1995 version from the series攻殻機動隊, or The Ghost in the Shell. All in all, I gotta say is I'm really liking the way this figurine looks. I know I mentioned this on another video, I really do like her 1995 style. It looks really great. I feel like they could have went with her standing up. I think that would have been preferred, because this position here looks, I mean, it still looked great, But I would have liked to have her standing so we can have her side by side with her standalone complex design, or if they make any other iterations of Motoko. So if you have not actually seen Ghost in the Shell, highly recommend it. It's such a great movie, which makes me wonder. I wonder if they're going to make an Motoko from Innocence, which is a little bit weird because she's actually a doll, I think, in that one. If you have not seen the teaser trailer for the new TV version of the series, it has such a great music. I'll leave a link at the bottom in the descriptions or in the comment section, and so you guys can check it out. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll leave you guys off with the figurine rotating in 360 and other close-up shots of the figurine. Um, but that's gonna be the end of this one, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.